All right, guys. So today we begin from standard form to slope-intercept form. Okay, so let's begin. Notice here we have 3x plus 2y equals 6. This is considered standard form. Whenever you have the x and the y together being added or subtracted on the same side and equaling another number, that's considered standard form. Okay, and then remember slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. So the way standard form would be written would be like this: capital AX plus capital BX equals C. Okay, where A, B, and C are numbers. Okay, so we have here standard form to slope-intercept form. Okay, so remember, to get standard form into slope-intercept form, what we want to do is get y all by itself. And so notice here's the y. You always want to locate the y. Sometimes y will be first. Okay, we'll see an example where y is first, but it makes no difference if it's first or second, as long as it's on the other side here, right, with the x. And so what we're going to do first is undo the x term. So we're going to go ahead and undo positive 3x by subtracting 3x. So minus 3x on both sides. Notice how I did not place the negative 3x or the minus 3x under the 6 because they're not like terms. So I only place them underneath their like terms. So here I have 2y equals, and I'm going to go ahead and put the x term first, because notice the x term goes first right here. And so the x term is negative 3x, and then the 6 is positive, so I'll put positive 6 or plus 6. Okay? And then we're going to go ahead and divide by 2 on both sides. Now, instead of putting one long fraction and putting over 2, I'm just going to go ahead and split it up into each one, because I'm basically dividing each of these by 2. Okay? 2's divide out. Notice that we got y by itself. And so then notice here, if this fraction cannot be reduced, then you leave it as a fraction, negative 3 over 2. And then put the x on the side, and then 6 over 2, that could be reduced to 3, so plus 3. There you go. Okay? So now let's identify the slope and the y-intercept, just to make sure that we have it in that form. So we have here the slope is negative 3 over 2, and the y-intercept is 3. Okay? Let's do the next one. So again, notice the y there. That means we have to get y all by itself. So first thing to do is undo the x term. So let's go ahead and subtract 12x. Oops, I put it underneath the 45 there, but it really makes no difference. That does not mean I'm going to combine those because they're not like terms. So I have 9y equals, and I'm going to go ahead and write the x term first, negative 12x minus 45. Okay? And then let's divide by 9 all the way across. So here we have y equals, now here we have a fraction, negative 12 over 9. Now, I can divide that by 3. Each of these can be divisible by 3. So negative 12 divided by 3 is going to be negative 4. And 9 divided by 3 is 3. So that's what that reduces to. And then 45 over 9, if you want to use a calculator, you can go ahead and do that. So let's go ahead and see 45 divided by 9 is 5. And so since I have a negative, there will be minus 5. Okay, so let's go ahead and identify. So my slope here is the negative 4/3. Some people like to say, oh, if I ask, what's a slope? They'll say negative 4/3 x. That's incorrect. Don't say the x. Don't include the x. It's just a negative 4/3, just a numeric part. And that's the y-intercept. Okay? And that's all we're going to be doing today. And so let's go ahead and look at this here. Again, we're going to go ahead and subtract the 9x on both sides. And so we have negative 6y equals, and now I'm going to just write this first, negative 9x minus 42. Okay? And so then let's divide by negative 6. Divide all the way across. And we get y equals, now 9 over 6. It's a negative divided by a negative, so that's going to be a positive. And so divide each of these by 3. 9 divided by 3 is 3. And 6 divided by 3 is 2. So this will become positive 3 over 2 x. And then 42 over 6, that's going to be a positive 7. Okay? 42 over 6 is 7. Once again, my slope is 3 over 2. And my y-intercept is just 7. Okay? Next one. We have 3x plus 15y equals 30. So let's go ahead and subtract the 3x. Now sometimes this x term will be negative, so that means we would add 3x on both sides. But in this case, it's positive, so I just subtract. So let's go ahead and 15y equals negative 3x plus 30 divided by 15 all the way through. Oops, that should be a 15. And so we get y equals, and now here we have negative 3 over 15. That's going to be negative 1/5 x, because again I divided by 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 15 divided by 3 is 5. Okay. And then 30 divided by 15, that's 2. So plus 2. Okay. So that's my slope. That's my y-intercept. Let's end with this one here, and I'll make this one negative right there, just to start out, okay? So that we can do one where we have to add on both sides. So notice here, this is a negative 2x. I'm going to go ahead and add 2x to both sides instead of subtracting, because I want to undo what they do. And so this becomes y equals 2x minus 5. Now notice there's no number, well there is, it's a 1, but there's no number other than 1 that we have to divide by all the way across, so that means we're done. This is already written in slope-intercept form after we added the 2 on both sides. So that's my slope, that's my y-intercept, a negative 5, okay? Oops, y-intercept is a negative 5. Alright, and finally, look at this one here carefully. We have the y first, and then the negative 6x after, or minus 6x, okay? And so what you want to do is undo the x term first. So leave the y there, so we're going to add 6x to both sides. And so we end up with y equals, and put the x term first, 6x plus 9. And again, we don't have a number here other than 1 to divide by, so that means we are done. And that's it.